So T-Mobile is entering an interesting phase. And we have another great article from Fierce Wireless. I will leave that in the description down below. T-Mobile touts coverage beyond with in-flight and roaming deals in 210 countries. So the reason I say it's an interesting phase that T-Mobile is entering, because T-Mobile is now a bigger company, a much bigger company than they were as a standalone. So somewhere down the line, board members, investors, there's going to be that light bulb that pops on above, one of their heads, and it's going to say, hey, T-Mobile, we need you to make money. We need you to make more money. You're a bigger company. You're spending a lot. We need to make more profit. So in recent time, T-Mobile has said the way that they're going to do it, and this is what they laid out, and this is their strategy, they're going to continue growing at levels that we're used to, that we've seen them grow during LTE, and then they're going to upsell. They're going to upsell into the Magenta Max. And these last few moves, including the one you see on this article, that's all upsell. There's nothing in this that's potentially beneficial for the entire customer base. It's really just upsell. This is all implications show that this is upsell. And in fact, the last few moves, even before this one, shows all upsell. They're upselling you into the Magenta Max. Here's my thinking behind it. When does it become too much, where they don't make as much profit now, even if they're upselling to the Magenta Max? So the Magenta Max does two things for them. It increases the ARPU, which they are projected to grow that by 1% this year. And it can increase their ARPA, which is projected to grow by 2% this year, which that's a big achievement for T-Mobile. The fact that they're giving you the kitchen sink. If you really think about it, if you sit there and you break it down, I'm not knocking Verizon's value. T-Mobile gives you the kitchen sink if you set it up to where you get everything through them. Right? They're sending emails now to existing customers for insider codes. That's one. And the store reps themselves have access to these insider codes. That's 20% off. Then that's stackable with a third line free. That's before we get into all of the perks that they now offer. And those perks are stackable as well. So keep that in mind. T-Mobile has to pay for that on the back end. Now, I know some of them have an end date. Not all of them are permanent, but it still makes for a very attractive plan and offer. So then T-Mobile still has the Netflix partially on us, right? If you choose the most expensive quality plan on Netflix, you do have to pay some out of pocket. And then everything else that they offer as well comes with that. Paramount Plus, free for 1 year. Apple TV Plus, free for 1 year. MLB, if you're into that, you get the entire league pass from MLB, which is an insane value of like $100 more. You get that from T-Mobile. The in-flight Wi-Fi for the entire flight, that's free. That T-Mobile has to pay for that too somehow. The AAA free for a year. T-Mobile has to pay for that too. And then everything else they offer. They offer the 50% off of YouTube TV. T-Mobile has to cover that somehow. Then they just discounted home internet. If you bundle that with the Magenta Max, you get that for $30. And like I said, I mean, if you really break it down, you set it all up on paper, you can construct and create a very, very great deal for you as a customer, new or existing. So T-Mobile is entering that phase now where they are saying they're going to keep the uncarrier movement alive, but I don't know if it's in their best interest anymore. Because what is the next uncarrier move going to be? They had two uncarrier moves, according to them, in very recent time, not far apart. They just announced a T-Mobile home internet uncarrier where they're offering that discount, and then you're getting YouTube TV 50% off. And I took advantage of it. I mean, I'm paying for live TV now $32, $32.50. And that's the second year that I've already received a discount. I mean, I don't mind. You want to give it to me, I'll take it. But that's kind of where we're at now, right? And then recently we got this new in-flight. Perfect timing, don't get me wrong. But somehow, somewhere, T-Mobile is paying something for this, and it's adding up. So before the year is out, do we get another uncarrier move? What's that going to be now? People are saying, what else can they offer? And a lot of the stuff that they are able to offer, they just can't do any more industry-changing moves per se, because they've done them all. So it looks like any other move moving forward on carrier-wise now, T-Mobile has to come out of pocket to offer the consumer another perk to upsell into the Magenta Max, because these deals really don't make no sense to offer them on the lowest plans, because they cost money. So that's how T-Mobile is trying to offset having to raise prices. They're trying to get you into the higher end plan. And it's working for them. I mean, the last quarter, I think they said 60% of new lines activated on Magenta Max. So that's a pretty big deal. And their base that's on Magenta Max is fairly low. It's like in the 14-15% range. Whereas Verizon is, I think, over 30% premium, and AT&T is like at 27 on the Elite. So T-Mobile definitely has ways to go to grow that. And then with where home internet is now at the type of scale that they're deploying, they have some, upsell potential there too in terms of ARPA. So again, it's an interesting phase. Now, if we're looking at overall in terms of success and the growth that we're going to see each quarter, I think T-Mobile is going to knock that out the park. I mean, if you like to hear we added 1.5 million postpaid subs, I mean, you might hear that from T-Mobile in the second quarter, the way this is going. But at the same time, the network is growing. Is it growing at a healthy clip? I would say so. Would some of you maybe like to see it grow a bit more in the ruralish areas, a bit faster? Sure. But that's going to just naturally take time. No matter how much money T-Mobile would be throwing at the network right now, it's going to take time. There's just no way around it. You have to go through the permitting process, no matter how much money you have in the bank. A new cell site that's 200 feet is going to take 2 years to get approval for. I don't care if you're Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile. That's just the time it's going to take. So that's what T-Mobile has to deal with now, and they're moving. There was a recent coverage update for June, and they grew the coverage in Nebraska. They grew 2.5 in other parts. So they are moving aggressively because they can sense the growth. And they know with these recent uncarrier moves that more people are going to likely want to try them out. So where they don't have coverage, they're going to now want to get coverage there because it's beneficial to the company. They feel they can bring these customers in, even in the rural parts where some may not want to pull the trigger. But with where the inflation is going right now, again, it's a perfect time for T-Mobile to strike. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you guys think this means for T-Mobile. Do you guys think they should maybe, stop the uncarrier stuff? Because it is costing them money. There's just no way around it. Let us know in the comment section. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.